Hi guys, it's Misty. Welcome to my YouTube channel. All right, so I have a super easy card to share with you this week. It's basically just how I put it together. The theme this week at Always Fun Challenges is lots of layers, and I'm not used to doing cards with lots of layers. I don't usually make cards like that, so this was kind of a challenge for me. I'm going to go ahead and use most of the stuff I use is from the February Simon Says Stamp card kit this year. All the paper I'm using and the sentiment is from this kit. So I'm going to go ahead and try to use lots of layers. I'll have links to all the products I used down below and more info over on my blog, but I used some stitch circles, and the smallest one I used was about 1.75 inches. And then I used the next three up from there. So I used a sketch for this actually. I don't use sketches too often, but I found one from Mojo Monday, I think it's called. And again, I'll put links to all this on my blog. But I used a sketch from there to kind of guide me, and I practiced a little bit with the white. You can see in the upper left corner, I cut out some white circles just to try to figure out. I was trying to figure out what to do, and then I found the sketch and it worked out perfectly. So that's what I went ahead and used. I don't usually use this much color. So yeah, that's why this was a challenge for me. I'm not going to keep that white background paper. I was just using it so I can see, it's a guide to see what I'm doing here. And I wish I would have taken a picture of the sketch. That would have been nice to share. But like I said, head over to my blog. I'll have a picture of it there so you can see what I was mimicking here. And I'll put sizes on all the circles I used, and then there's some banners that I use. I'll put the sizes on my blog. So if you want to do something like this. But I love the paper in this card kit. And I love that pattern paper that you see right there in that circle with the coffee cups and donuts and everything coffee related. But I just don't use paper that often that has that much pattern on it. So I'm just going to add a couple banners up at the top, and I mean, this is basically what my card's going to look like at the end. So this is more just showing you how I put it together, and then I'll list the sizes of everything. But I don't know. This wasn't one of my favorite cards just because I'm not used to it. It was way out of my comfort zone. But I'm going to go ahead and go with it anyway. So I really like the sentiment. That's why I chose to do this one. And I think in a little bit, I wasn't quite sure if I wanted it on white paper, or if I wanted it on craft paper with a white heat emboss sentiment. So I'm going to swap it up here in a minute, and while I'm trying to figure out which one to do. So it says, with enough coffee, anything is possible. Oh, speaking of coffee, hang on, I gotta go get mine. Okay, I feel complete now. I can't edit a video about a coffee card without coffee in my hand, so problem solved. So I decided to put it on some craft card stock as my my card base instead of the white. And then there is my two sentiments. Those are the ones I keep swapping out because I'm not sure which one I liked better. And in the end, I used the white with the black sentiment just because it seems like it stood out a little bit better. So I'm just gluing everything in place, and I almost did this again with, it's not bright colors that I'm not used to, it's the pattern paper that I'm not used to. I think earlier in the video I said I'm not used to that much color. It's not the color I had a problem with, it's just the pattern paper. I don't have that talent. I can't put pattern papers together and make it look good, so I usually just stay away from it. So I think that's why this wasn't my favorite, just because I just wasn't comfortable with it. But I really wanted to use some of those little puffy stickers that came in the kit because they are so darn cute with the little faces on them. Even the little coffee beans that I add to the bottom have cute little faces on them. So I wanted to, yeah, I stuck that down a little crooked. That's why I like that dot liner tape. It's like the stamp runner that they apparently decided to quit making. As long as you pulled up pretty quickly, it still comes up. It doesn't set right away like with other adhesives. And once you put it down, it ain't going anywhere. But I was able to lift that up and straighten it. So just to add some dimension, I'm going to go ahead and pop that up on some foam adhesive. Sorry about my big head in the way. Should be used to that by now if you watch my videos. I'm bummed this heart banner there mostly gets covered up. But it is what it is. These are the only circles that I had. I had to use one big enough for the sentiment, so the other 3 sizes are what was next in my little circle set. I think it's the Lawn Fawn large and small stitch circles. But see how it covers up most of that heart's banner. I wanted to use, up at the top of my screen, there's a strip of cute little coffee cups, but I just didn't have anywhere to put it. Oh, and for those that may not know this, October 7th was World Card Making Day, so hopefully you guys got some crafty card making time in on Saturday. I didn't, of course. We had an out-of-town football game, so I didn't get to join in, but that's okay. I made up for it the next day. But look at these little coffee beans. These are the cutest little stickers that they have tiny little faces on them. I love those stickers, so I had to put those somewhere on this card. But I'm still trying to decide which of the sentiments I wanted to use. Kept thinking I was going to go back to the heat embossed one, but in the end I ended up using this one, this white one with the black sentiment. So I know I use a lot of adhesive on the back of these, but I've had cards, I never know when I'm going to mail a card, and I've had them damaged in the mail when I didn't have enough on the back, so I tend to overdo it. But I would rather it arrive safely undamaged, so I just overdo it. It's fine by me. But that is it, folks. That completes my card. So I hope you will head over to the Always Fun Challenges blog to check out all the inspiration over there. And head to my blog if you want more info on this card and some measurements and a list of all the products I used. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye!